4 o'clock. Okay. Ready? Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another Steve Henry Show. This one's going to be special. You know why? You know why? Let me show you why. Let me show you why. I'm so excited. You see that right there? Get a good shot of that. Yes, they just came in. The UPS guy, we almost threw him out of here. Thought he was a customer, right? We closed the door at 2 o'clock here at Exodus Auto Sales. We become the Steve Henry Show. Look at that. That is a mug. I'm going to officially take a sip of water. It's only water, but it's the new mugs are here. So if you go to the new SteveHenryShow.com, I'm told by everybody on the staff that the cups are mugs. Mugs. Sorry. Mugs are here live, and you can order your mugs. I think they're like $16. We only make a couple $100 off each one. No, I'm just kidding. A couple bucks off each one. But again, that goes into a coffer, which goes back to you because why? This is your show. That's right. That's right. It does originate from above through me to you, but it is your show. I want to do a special shout out, Emily and Rick. If you guys are here today, God bless you both. I know it's a troubling time, a stressful time. Their first baby, all the stuff associated with the first baby. We're just glad you're here today. I think I saw you scroll through the comments. And speaking of comments, you got to go and say, hi, Steve. Hello, everybody, because once you do, we put that name into a spinner, and we put that spinner over here at 420 where the chicken is right now. We'll move the chicken, and at 420, we're going to spin not once, but twice for $200. We'll do that every week now, and I'll get those checks out to you first thing Monday morning. But you have a chance to win a couple $100 just by showing up, okay? So again, once again, let's get the formalities out of the way. It's the SteveHenryShow.com for the mugs, the email. You can't win this Jeep. Loved ones, the Jeep. I can't tell you how important it is to have your email in the email. You got to have your name there. We got to know who you are, because when we pull that email out and the name, it's got to match, and it's got to say where you live and who you are to win the Jeep. We're going to do it next Saturday live here in the studio. I'm going to bring the dogs. We're going to have a big celebration. And in about a week or 10 days later, I'm going to come to your driveway and deliver it personally to you. So we got the Jeep. We got the $200. We got the hello, how are you? We got the mugs. Okay, without further ado, it's basically versus month. We're going to go into a versus thing. Steve Henry is going to verse somebody. We're going to verse Panera Bread today and their cream of broccoli cheddar. Now, I had the opportunity to go through probably 50, maybe 60 food channels this week. Panera Bread kept coming up, make-believes and wannabes and second chances. And so I said, okay, cream of broccoli cheddar it's going to be. But everyone puts carrots in their cream of broccoli cheddar. I don't know, I've never done that. And I tell you, you are going to experience today, before your very eyes, the best cream of broccoli cheddar you've ever put your lips to. And I promise you that. If it isn't, you get your money back. I'll refund all your money back to you. We're also going to feature the last of our ware series. We did, as you know, tortware about a month ago. We did water M-ware about 2 weeks ago. Today, it's the last one. It's breadware. Breadware, that's right. Everything we're going to present to you is in a bread format, okay? So we have a little education. We'll get to that in a moment. We'll have some presentation. That will be at the very end. And in the middle, we'll have the preparation. And that's what we're going to get to here in just a moment. We're going to combine the preparation with the education. The education portion, there is something called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane. It is a cancer-fighting agent. This particular item is found in broccoli. The number one item is the old Brussels sprout. Look at that. Woohoo! We're going to knock things out here. This is a Brussels sprout. You see that thing? That's a Brussels sprout. That's the number one thing with sulforaphane. That's got the highest cancer-fighting agent you can possibly put into your body. But broccoli is number two. Now, broccoli, I'll power my back here for a moment. We're going to put this soup pot on because we're going to show you step by step today the best, did I mention that before? The very best cream of broccoli cheddar you ever put your lips to. We start off with chicken stock. Now, you can make a vegetarian portion of this. A lot of people do that. It's vegetarian. Okay, well, that's fine. We don't have to put chicken in it. But if you are a meat eater, even mildly so, you got to start with chicken. We put the thighs in there. The thigh is the best component of the chicken, okay? Because it's got the fat, it's got the flavor, it's got the bone, it's got meat, it's got everything. The thigh is a wonderful piece of meat. So, without further ado, we're going to start off with the soup. The sulforaphane, which I did mention, and there's an odor in the air. I got to tell you this. Sulforaphane or cruciferous, there's a name for it. It's got that little smelly scent to it. We had a customer come in the other day, walked in the door to make a car payment. We were doing a little test on this cream of broccoli cheddar, and she said, "Oh my God, is somebody, yeah." We had a homicide accident in the 911 in the bathroom there. It's not that. It's actually the odor that, shall we say, permeates from the cauliflower, the broccoli, the cabbage. So look at this. Cruferifus is a chemical inside there. It's just got that farty aroma. Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. But that's the education portion of it. The sulforaphane, though, that is true. Now, the sulforaphane, they say it's in the broccoli. Well, you boil your broccoli out of it, and then you drain your juice off. No. You keep everything together. So here, without further ado, we're going to start off with the chicken. This is a slippery little bugger, but these are the first of the thighs coming out. We have 4 thighs. Again, our recipes are basically set for 6 in a skillet, no less. A skillet, that's right. We do everything in a skillet. We don't have a kitchen here. This is Dave Wilcox's desk during the week. And we're going to get a little frisky here with these chickens, but with time constraints, we have to cook these off ahead of time. So what you would do is put a little olive oil down in your skillet, and you'd brown the skin portion down of these thighs. You have a girl with big thighs, a girl with little thighs. So these are nice thighs. These are meaty thighs. All right, so we'll forget about the thighs. Okay, so you got a boiling batch of chicken stock here. It's basically what you got. I'm going to put something in my soups that you'll never see done anywhere else. This is the first ingredient that you're going to see that no one else does. I guarantee you've never seen this done before. This is going to produce a green. This is a green soup, is it not? Broccoli's green without putting something like food coloring in it, right? You want a good, robust green soup. And so in order to do that or pull that off, you need to put some spinach in there. Now, I also put spinach in our cream of asparagus. That's a green soup. Anything green soup-wise, you enhance it with spinach. And what that does basically is just will bleed into the soup the green. And that's a natural green, of course. But we're going to let that boil in there. So right now, let's go back a little bit. A little garlic, some water, the thighs of the chicken breast browned with a little olive oil. And that's all we have here with some water. And we've added our spinach, okay? Now our spinach is going to boil down for a little bit there. And in the meantime, we're going to use some real cheese. Now, some secrets here. Education, okay? Do not buy yourself the plastic already pre-shredded cheese. You want to shred your cheese yourself. And the reason for doing so is the plastic coating that you find on the grated cheese in the store-bought packages. Yeah, that's right, that shiny stuff, it looks so good. Well, that's a preservative, and it doesn't do well. It doesn't melt very well, it doesn't taste very well, and it's a preservative. This is actual, natural grated cheese. Is there a difference, Steve, when it melts into your stock? Yes, there is. Now, I mentioned grating cheese. Did I mention cutting the cheese? Yes, I did. That's that cruferifus. Again, that's that broccoli, the odor found that permeates through the cauliflower and the broccoli, the Brussels sprouts. That is a very pungent odor, but and again, it gives the idea that somebody did something that they shouldn't have done. But nonetheless, it's a natural process, just very natural, just like anything else. So we're going to stir the spinach around here. Again, what we're trying to do here is just bleed out the color. Now you can see this is going to be from a golden brown to a kind of a light green golden brown. Very colorful, very, very neat. And if you pardon me for just a moment, I just can't get over the fact that we have our Mo mugs. Yes, the Mo mugs are here, and the JB mugs. Mo is Mo coffee, please. And JB, there's if you're old enough to know this, older than me or old as me, I'm old as dirt. MJB, good to the last drop. So we have JB coffee, good to the last drop. That's kind of cool too. And so we come up with some gimmicks here. All right, so this is boiling ravishly, as you can see. We're going to add now some broccoli. Now the broccoli, again, we have cooked the broccoli, the stalk of the broccoli into the stock of the chicken. Okay, so that sulforaphane that I told you about, that cancer-fighting component is already in the juice of the broccoli. We didn't throw it out, we didn't strain it out. Okay, so that's just gonna go right into the stock. This is a kind of a parched broccoli, or I should say simmered down a little bit for about maybe 5 minutes. And the reason for time constraints, of course, I would have put that in fresh and whole and the raw state, but again, a little water. Okay, so right now, again, let's recap. We have some chicken stock from the thighs, a little garlic, the purified water, and then the spinach, okay, giving it that green. You'll never see that anywhere else. I never saw anybody put spinach in a green kind of soup to bring out and highlight that green color. When this is done, I promise you, it'll be the prettiest, not only the best tasting soup you ever tasted, but it will also be the prettiest, okay? Time constraints are ticking. Now, if I'm going to mention again, if you are new to the program, we have a $200 two-time giveaway every week here. All you've got to do is go into the comment section and say, hey, I'm here. Your first time, we love first timers. Also, make sure you get to that email. You got to get the email in, the loved ones, because next week I'm going to spin and I'm going to pull out a name, and it's going to go right down for the Jeep. And I've driven, as I've told you, I've driven that Jeep home, oh gosh, countless times, and it's a lovely Jeep. I'll recap that again. That's a 2011 Jeep Patriot. It's midnight blue in color, 4-door automatic. Windows, locks, tilt, cruise. Actually, it's got the power, the crank windows, I should say. It doesn't have the power windows, but it is a lovely Jeep. We've given 3 away already. This will be our 4th one. We're going to try to shoot for 5 for the whole year. So I don't know where I'm going to go about the 10th of November, but I'm hoping it's your driveway. But the only way to get me to your driveway is to make sure that your email is in there, okay? So again, once again, the last time I'm going to say this, the new SteveHenryShow.com, and you'll see the email present there. We don't have a lot of emails in there right now. I think I've only got about a little over 100, so that's not very many compared to the 3,000 that we have on subscriber base, but that's good for you because that narrows the odds down for you winning that Jeep, and nothing more than I would love to give that Jeep. What I'd love to do for one person, I'd love to do for everybody. And our goal here is for perhaps someday for everybody to be driving a Jeep. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? That would be kind of cool. All right, so we're going to break up the broccoli here. Normally you would take a pureer and put this into a pureer, but again, we're going to show you this the old-fashioned way. We're breaking this up with a whip, and we're just going to break this broccoli up, the clumps, into a palatable form so you can actually put it onto a spoon. And yes, be careful of the splash here. It does get a little hot as I maneuver this around somewhat. So as we break this broccoli down and also incorporate the spinach into this lovely chicken stock that we've created, this is going to be a beautiful soup. And again, you're probably thinking, my God, this is a chunky soup. Well, that's kind of what you want. You know, those puree soups are okay, but when you call it cream of broccoli, cheddar, you want to see some broccoli in there. And you also want to see a little cheddar. And so that's what we've got. So the chicken stock, oh, and the spinach and everything is just working together here nicely. It's just turning green and robust, as you can see. I'm just whipping this, and you never get tired of whipping. I do. But nonetheless, you got a show to do, Steve, and you got to keep going. So that's what we do here. We just keep on going. Okay, now we are at a point where we're going to bring the next portion of this, or the next stage of this, because we've got time constraints, and that is going to be the roux. Remember the roux? The roux, R-O-U-X. That is equal parts of what? Can somebody tell me for $100? And why not? Just for the heck of it. Let's do this for $100. Who can tell me what roux is? R-O-U-X. I want the exact answer. We haven't done this in like a month, right? $100. I'm just going to spring it out of my booty, baby, because here we go. It is equal parts of something. Equal parts of something, okay? So here we go. Let's turn that furnace down just a tad. And again, we don't have the luxury here of a stove where I can turn this down to 2. And don't fret, what's coming next, if the mugs are here, you know what's not too far further along is going to be the lovely recipes. These will be basically downloads, digital downloads. We decided against the book itself, and we're going to shoot for the actual item. So if you wanted cream of broccoli cheddar, you'd go to the library of digital download, the Steve Henry Show's library, and you'd actually type in cream of broccoli cheddar, and wow, guess what's going to happen? Wow, yeah, you're going to have the cream of broccoli cheddar digital download in its entirety. My executive producer, George Serrano, and I are going to sit down and literally go step through step and video eyes. Is that a word, video eyes? I don't know. Video eyes. Not sure. But, and I should be pointing left. We should have some, I'm told here in my earpiece, but that's okay. You know what? You know, sometimes you just got to be a rebel. All right, so this is thickening nicely. Again, this is pretty hot. My feet are burning, as you can tell, and my hands are burning. But again, I'm just naturally pureeing the broccoli and the spinach together by whipping these together. It's breaking down so nicely. I've added a little bit of roux. Okay, those answer, if anybody got that yet, I'm looking on the screen there. A few people, wow, you guys are listening. You're good. You remembered. It is equal parts flour and butter. That's correct, R-O-U-X. And that is a terrific thickening agent. All right, so we're going to finish this off, thicken this up with the rest of the roux, R-O-U-X, okay? So now what we have here is a very nice, thick, tightened soup. And oh, it's looking good. See how that's looking? The color, see that green? You won't find a greener soup than this cream of broccoli cheddar because of that spinach bleeding into this rendition of cream of broccoli soup. It's amazing. All right, now as this is coming together so nicely, you can just see, yeah, it splatters a little bit, but you know. All right, so now, what is missing? The final ingredient. No, there's two more to go. Two more to go, actually three. We're gonna put that cheese we talked about in there. This is that grated cheese, that cheddar cheese that we talked about. Not that store-bought stuff, no, 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 because why? Because it's got that preservative in it, that's right. And so we're gonna add the cheese. This is gonna melt in just nicely. This is gonna give us that little golden flavor and that color to boot. You can see the color coming through. Look at the contrast of that color. That is just absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Oh my God, okay, so the last little bit of stuff we're gonna put in here is the final two ingredients. We're gonna put the burners off now. We can actually turn those burners off. This soup is done in less than, what, 15 minutes, pretty much. We are going to put a little cream. This is cream, not sour cream, but this is heavy cream. We'll put a little bit of heavy cream in there, and the reason for that is that's kind of like you know, black coffee, and you put that cream in your coffee. What happens to that metamorphosis change is incredible. And so again, you can see, and I hope this camera, we have a great camera for this, and you can see just the color. Oh my God, and the consistency of this. We'll put a little bit more cream in there, and to give it just a little bit more. I would give it some consistency. We'll call that consistency. But again, that is amazing. Okay, now, if you were to put, I don't even have to put salt and pepper in here, but I will put a little bit of salt and pepper in here. And this is just before we go now to our presentation. We're gonna present this. Now, this is a party of 6 that you've invited over to your house for a special occasion. It's a winter day. Maybe it snowed a little bit, or maybe it's rained a little bit in your neck of the woods, and you wanna just invite some people over for you know, some hot soup, okay? The last thing we're gonna put in here, and you'll never see this ever, I never saw it at any cooking show recipes or any of the channels. This is nutmeg. Nutmeg is an amazing accentuated flavor, spice that will just accentuate this cream of broccoli cheddar and put a flavor to this, and you can just smell that. That is incredible. The cheese, the chicken stock, the broccoli, just the spinach and the nutmeg and the cream. This, ladies and gentlemen, loved ones, is gonna be, without a doubt, undisputable, the best cream of broccoli cheddar you have ever put your lips to or have seen on live television. Look at that. That is just an incredible consistency. That's just perfection. And the flavor, I can smell that nutmeg. That is amazing. Okay, so that is your, ta-da! Your cream of broccoli cheddar soup. Panera, sorry, you're gonna have to take a backstage. I have Panera bread everywhere here. I can just throw these cups away because we are now going to enter the last phase of our show today. It's the presentation portion. And I want to call your attention to these 3 tubular breadsticks here. Now, what are they, just bread? Well, no, not really. We're gonna go to the big one, the big bowl, and you can see what we did here. Whoa, get that spider out of there. What's a spider doing there? Take the lid off that bread bowl, and you'll see what we're gonna do here. We're literally going to put the soup in this bread bowl, and as we do this, I'll use this one as a demo. This will be the large one. So if you got Big Daddy, it's kind of like the Goldilocks and the 3 bears here. We got Big Daddy and we got the little ones. But okay, so there's your soup for your cream of broccoli. If you want, you can always put a little dabble of sour cream. Some people like that. You can never get it out of here. There's that cheese cutting again. And we have the smell, the broccoli's there. A little sour cream sometimes accentuates that pretty nicely. You could put some cheddar cheese on top of that if you want. But wait a minute. What are these tubular things you were talking about, Steve? Well, how about some crackers? What? Yes. How about some, oh my God, you're kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. In a tube? What's this one? Well, this is actually ground fresh pepper. This is a pepper grinder, folks. Yes. You could put some fresh pepper in there. Oh my God, that comes out nicely. And then what, pray tell, would you put in this one? Well, if you needed to, salt is this one here. And you could just put your salt on top of that one. Pass that breadstick for me. So those are 3 breadsticks, one with salt, one with ground fresh pepper, and the other one with the oyster crackers. Amazing, okay? And again, you've got your soup bowls here as well. With your spoons, you can do them in a smaller, if you're like the Goldilocks and 3 bears and you want your little babies to have that one. And then we have our little babies. You talked about, that's mugs. Those are mugs. They're not Mo mugs, but you can see the handles are made out of zucchini. And those are literally, again, all you can eat, because that is everything that you eat right there in front of you. So you got your bread soup cups with your zucchini handles, you've got your soup bowls, or you've got your big granddaddy bowl, which you can put your lid on with your crackers, your pepper, and your salt. Now that is amazing. We have all the names in. Yes, I'm told we have all the names. It is time to spin for that first one. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the education. Sulforaphane, that is a cancer-fighting agent in broccoli, only found in broccoli. The broccoli and cheese, that was the preparation and the presentation that is called breadware. Amazing. You only get this here at the Steve Henry Show. This is an amazing party of 6 type buffet, okay, if you will. That's what we do here. We do it in a skillet, 10, 15, 20 minutes. We present it for 6 people. You bring your family over, your boss over, and you give them that wow effect. And that's what we do here at the Steve Henry Show. Without further ado, the first $200 I'm going to spin, and I'm going to do. And by the way, if I didn't mention spin for next week, that's what I'm going to do next week, loved ones. I'm going to spin just like I just did, and I'm going to pull out a name. I'm going to go to the far, I did the right side last time. Let's do the left side. I've got the left side here, and I'm going to pull out a name, and this could be the Jeep winner right here. That's right, it could be your name. Is your name in the email? All right, here we go. This is going to be the first $200 winner of the Steve Henry Show for this show's October day. We have Nicole L. Nicole L. You are the first $200 winner, and that is a good thing. I need to spin this again. Somebody's telling me you're not spinning it enough. Okay, well, let's spin, baby. Let's spin, 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 and there it is. Okay, now if that isn't spun enough, that's enough. Okay, all right. For the next and the last $200 spin winner, this is going to be the second one. You participated today by showing up in the comment section by saying, hello, I'm here. And that's so cool. The Steve Henry Show loves you, and we're so glad you are here. This is your show. Without this, okay, shut up, Steve. Who won the second one, fool? Oh my God, Emily G, and I am so glad. Look at Emmy, you got it. If this isn't gonna help the baby fund, I'm gonna mark this, I'm gonna especially mark this for the baby fund. Emily G, you are, and Rick 777. I'm so glad. That makes my day, because that really does. I was, as you know, I reached out to you during the week. I worried about you. I didn't see you last week. And the week before, you said you weren't feeling good. So I put the two together and said, oh my God, we might have a problem here. We care about everybody here. What I did for these two people here, I wish I could do for everyone, and I want to do for everyone. The proceeds from the mug, YouTube, everything we do is going to come back to you on this show. That's what this show is all about. It's about love, and it comes from him through me to you, and that's how it works. We are up against time constraints. Next week, you don't want to miss it. We're going to have a special meal. We're going to have the Jeep. It is going to be an amazing show. You're not going to want to miss it. You're going to want to see who won the Jeep. We're also going to do the $200 and a very special meal. So for now, I'm going to say thank you so much for tuning in. Again, without you, we have nothing here. I am so glad you're here. We'll see you next week for the Jeep spin and a filet mignon. Yes. Until then, I love you. I'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning. You are the bomb. I love you people. That's it, guys. Take it a wrap.